Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. You're here for the Medion Challenge. I'm going to be following game number 1, Counter Logic Gaming, facing off against BBN. And we're already into the champion select. My name is Quickshot, and we're going to be joined very, very shortly by C-Zone, one of Chaos TV's own shoutcasters. But for the interim, I'll be flying solo just for a little bit. BBN challenges in today's Medion bracket, coming up against the heavy favorites of Counter Logic Gaming. First ban, CLG removing Alistair from the pool. So, potentially a targeted ban. Could just be not wanting to deal with that either jungle or a support player presence. Instantly banned Shen from BBN. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing that we're not used to seeing. Shen, of course, incredibly powerful, either in the jungle or that top lane. Followed up by Uri ban. So everybody that's dropping by, tell everyone, let everyone know that we are live, and that we are keeping tabs on CLG versus BBN. We're going to be here for 2 best of 3s. This is the first best of 3. We'll be following it up with the next game, which is either going to feature Moscow 5 Fnatic, or possibly even CLG again. So it's another ban in the pool. Urgot's been removed, so that tanky DPS. Don't want to give that to Yellow Pete this time around. Don't want to give him the honor of dealing with that tanky DPS. Of course, on the right-hand side now, final bans. Morgana and one more coming through from BBN. Once the ban is completed, it is Nautilus. So removing that from Snoopy. Not going to be able to, or not wanting him to have the Nautilus selection. And that's not a bad removal. Nautilus, of course, is so strong with the amount of crowd control he can put out, and just the amount of disruption that he actually has. Slightly more DPS-focused types of Maokai in terms of the jungling. So we do have the first lock-in. Scumbag Crepo has locked in on Cogmore, and there's a very good chance that Cogmore is either going to play that AD carry on the bot lane, or potentially AP middle. That remains to be seen. 2 quick-fire bans coming out from BBN, Jax and Soraka. Could be Jax jungle, most likely going to be Jax top. It is sort of the flavor of the month at the moment. Lots and lots of Jax solo tops. And it's near impossible to shut him down. Very slow early game, but he's able to just come back in the mid and late game. Give him some farm, give him some items, and he instantaneously starts tearing people apart. So we do have Snoopy hovering over Nocturne, and Irelia as well. And of course, Wicked, so well known for his Irelia. Possibly the best Irelia player in Europe. I would go as far to say that. After a lot of indecision, Snoopy eventually locks in the Nunu selection. So, I don't know if that's going to be a support Nunu Cogmore bot lane, or whether or not Snoopy's actually going to play that Nunu in the jungle. Sadly, I don't get to watch as many live streams as I'd like to, so I don't really know what he's practicing. And for everybody that's on the stream, let everybody know that the games are going. The games are going to be live. And of course, following picks or following lock-ins, we do have Spirit of Mage locking in Corki. Maze TV, Zerx actually. He's locked in Karthus. That's going to be an interesting one. Karthus, of course, is very squishy in lane. Going to take a lot of damage if he gets, jumped on by different types of champions. Fizz, for example, can deal so much pain. LeBlanc can kill him. We watched, who was playing LeBlanc the other night? It was, Absolute Legends, Extinct. He was jamming on LeBlanc in the middle. Froggen has been given his birdie. That is huge. Froggen so well known for his Nivea play. Maokai is going to be the jungle. So, the lineup for Counter Logic Gaming, it is going to be a Cogmore Nunu bot lane. It is going to be Irelia top lane. A Nivea in the middle. That's a Nivea versus Karthus. And then, of course, we're going to have Maokai in the jungle. In reply, Blademaster's currently hovering over this Renekton. And I think he's considering taking Renekton, considering picking a Renekton for his first selection. If that does, of course, end up being the case, it is going to be Renekton in the top lane against Irelia, facing off, and then potentially a Jax in the jungle. Jax in the jungle slightly easier to understand than the likes of a Renekton jungle, but of course, we are going to wait to see how these champions swap around. We are into the last minute where the champions or the players do have the opportunity to move summoner spells, move the different summoner spells, move the different champions around just before we finally lock in for the game. And this is, of course, the Medion challenge. We'll pull the brackets up in just a second. Teams are playing for 1,000 euros in cash, as well as 5 Medion laptops. So that's one for each player. I believe it's winner takes all. I'm going to have to double check that in just a second. And of course, Council Logic Gaming, Fnatic, Moscow 5, they are the ones that are in today's bracket. And we do have the final lock-in, so it is in fact going to be a Kog'Maw and Nunu bot lane. That's going to be Flash Exhaust on Nunu in conjunction with that Frost Snowball of his. It's going to be a lot of crowd and a lot of slow on that bottom lane. Voidus from Kog'Maw is going to be able to hold at least Soraka in place. Spirit of Mage is just going to be able to use that Valkyrie, jump to safety, get himself out of some range of those auto attacks and get himself out of range of the slows. The fact that there's no stun, that helps Valkyrie or that helps Corki in the bottom lane just for a little bit of movement ability and just to be able to jump out the way for a small amount. Soraka, on the other hand, Flash Exhaust. Flash is going to be her only safety measure. So if CLG can burn that, if CLG can get that down very early, they should be able to turn it around and, you know, pick up some kills. Very, very aggressive early game jungler as well in the form of Snoopy. He's got that Twisted Advance as well as that knock-up from his, I can't remember the name of the spell, the Enchanted Slam or something along those lines. That's going to be able to at least lock somebody up for a small period of time and just give Kog'Maw all the time in the world that he needs to bash in the face. Top lane, Blade Master versus Wicked, Irelia versus Renekton. That can go either way. My money's probably going to be on Wicked. I think that, you know, Renekton, it can counter Irelia, but Wicked has played Irelia so many times. He's going to know exactly what he can do, what he can't do. And if we see a little bit of early game pressure from Snoopy in that top lane, it may buy Irelia all the time in the world that she needs to actually get into the game. So while we wait for this to load up, guys, I'm going to put a very quick advert break on, and when we're back, it'll be CLG versus BBN for the first game in today's Medion Challenge. For everybody that is staying with us that does not have ad blockers up and running, I'm going to pull up the bracket really quickly, so you can see how this works out. And it looks as though it's a double elimination. The front page brought to you by Esports Heaven, of course, and Chaos TV. My name is Quickshot, and C-Zone is on his way, just running a tad late, and he'll be joining me as my co-caster for the evening. You can have a look, 1,000 euros in cash plus 5 Medion Eraser gaming notebooks, all with i7s. Decent number of teams signed up. When we look at the brackets, we do have CLG versus BBN. On the other stream, I think they're going to be doing a Moscow 5 or a Fnatic. No, they're doing MYM versus XHCL on the stream number 1. So that's 2 Nordic and East teams that are being covered at the moment. XHCL just recently qualifying for the DreamHack qualifiers, knocking out Fnatic to take 3rd seed, bumping Fnatic down to 4th seed for the event. And of course, these are best of 3 games. So when we hover over, does it actually, ooh, what a nice little website. It actually gives you the team roster. So if you guys would like to check it out, head over to esportsheaven.net. You can find the Medion Challenge there, and you can find all the information and names. We are into the final 10 seconds, and of course, it is going to be game number 1 in this best of 3. Loading screen is popping up, so we're going to wait for this to actually take over the screen, and once it does, we need to, of course, just throw up the full screen. I'm going to remove my camera. That can go down as well. So we enter the game. I just need one quick little break to turn some sound on, and when we're back, the game will be live. Right, sorry about that. I am back. Unfortunately, I don't actually have the chat screen open, so let's see if we can throw that open really quickly. And then we can have a look at the skins. UFO Corki, one of my favorites in the game. I think it's actually even cooler than the Earth Rider Corki. That is the pop-up window. Where is the chat pop-up? Here we go. That's the button I wanted. So Earth Rider Corki's awesome. Frostblade Irelia is another particularly awesome skin. I dig the hair. It reminds me very much of like an anime character, actually. You know, super spiky, super intense hairdos. Chat. Testing. Hey, apparently I have chat open, so for the guys that are on stream, it'd be awesome if you could say hello, introduce yourselves, hit that chat button. I'm not sure if you're on the IRC chat or the brand new updated chat, which is where I am currently sitting. So if you would like to introduce yourselves and say hello, it would be greatly appreciated. I need to, of course, throw... Whoopsie. That's not what I want. We want to head over to... Where is XSplit? Let's find it. There we go. Because, of course, we do need to put our overlays on. CLG on the left-hand side, they are wearing the blue shorts. And they are, of course, facing off against BBN. While we wait for the game to load in, I'm just double-checking everything is all good and set up. Hello to Homemade and Znarex on chat. Thank you for introducing yourselves. And let everybody know, guys, Counter Logic Gaming versus BBN, playing for 1,000 euros and 5 Medion Eraser laptops. My name is Quickshot. I'm sure some of you guys have at least tuned in or heard my nickname before. And at the moment, a very defensive start. Nobody overstepping their bounds. No invasions taking place right now. And it just looks like a slow commencement to this particular tournament. Clements, are you on stream with us?
Yes, I am.
So, welcome, welcome. For everybody that doesn't know, Clements, also known as C-Zone. Would you like to do a brief introduction for yourself?
Well, sure. I am C-Zone, and I've been casting for a few years now, first casting Red Alert 3. Started casting League of Legends a few months ago, and now I'm casting with Trevor here, which is obviously very awesome. And I'm hoping that we'll get a good game. I'm pretty sure we will. Better than Buff and Italy. It's not a very known team, but I'm pretty sure they're decent, at least. I mean, they made it to the final 8, so they're probably pretty good.
Where does the what does the BBN stand for? Better Ban Needly?
Better Buff and Italy.
Better Buff Needly. Well, there we go. You learned something new. I didn't even know that. So, Better Buff Needly versus CLG. I wonder if the people in chat, where do you think who do you think's going to win this game? Where does your money lie? I think I know what they're going to vote for, but you know what? It never hurts to ask. So, we are into the game at the moment. Have you watched any of the Better Buff Needly players before, Season?
I have not, actually, and I'm getting a tiny bit of echo again, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, it is a little bit frustrating. Sadly, there's not a lot we're going to be able to do about that right now, though. So, we just kind of have to deal with it. And a slow start to the game. No invasions, no brave moves, neither team really getting out of place. And we're just going to have to keep an eye on this, see how the things roll out, how the teams play the different lanes. C-Zone, how many League of Legends Cups or different games have you casted before?
I've been casting Go Floor quite a bit, and I have also casted yesterday with Matus, who was on the other stream, and other than that I've not really done too much of League of Legends yet, but I'm hoping that will change.
Sweet, sweet. So at the moment, nothing too exciting going on. I'm trying to keep an eye on the different lanes to see if there's any pressure, any harass going down. And neither team is really doing anything overly exciting right now. We're just in that passive farming phase of the game. We do see Nekadurp coming to this top lane, double buffed up, counter-attack is armed, jumps over to Wicked, does manage to land the stun. Wicked is just going to be able to walk away, stuns Blade Master very, very nicely. One more slice and die from Blade Master, in conjunction with Cold and Meek. So it's a lot of damage onto Wicked, but no summoner spells blown.
I'm actually pretty sure that Renekton is not called Blade Master. I think Aurelia's Blade Master, but whatever.
Well, yeah, the nickname is Blade Master, Venom Blade Master on the right-hand side. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, here. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry. I completely fell there.
And I think, if I recall correctly, Aurelia is the Blades of Ionia, or something along those lines.
Yeah, or something like that. I'm not sure.
But taking quite a lot of damage, only used a single pot, and already almost back up to max health.
Yeah, he did pretty well, and he's sustaining well with his W1. And we are working on the echo, guys, but...
I don't think there is any echo for the players. I'm fairly confident it's actually just in your ears, sadly.
No, the people on my stream are saying I'm acting echo, so I will work on that, guys, in a bit. I'm doing the Twitch stream, by the way. Trevor is doing the own stream. So it's being worked on.
Apparently there's a whole lot of lag on the own 3D stream at the minute, so I'm just refreshing my browser to keep an eye on it. So let's put this on directed camera to make sure we don't miss anything. And we are keeping a close eye on this. If anybody has the chat open on the channel number 2 on own 3D, just let me know technical issues. I am watching. Yeah, I'm watching the stream. I'm not getting any stream there, guys, so if you are getting some lag, maybe just drop the quality settings. My stream seems to be running alright. Clements, what have I missed in the game?
Sorry, what you say? Oh, there's going to be a gank in mid, and Garvis is going to go down. Almost certainly, yes, he does go down to the last 6 Ignite. Great gank there from Snoopy, snaring in and using his knock-up to stop Garvis from getting away. Misses 6. So that's going to be a kill for Froggen, and Froggen knows how to use those kills very well. So that's really good for CLG. I'm still working on Echo, guys. I don't know where it's coming from.
How bad is the echo? Now, just in terms, you see, I suppose if you're getting echo and you're streaming, that's where it's coming from.
Yes, it's
but
really weird.
There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We tried to fiddle with it. I actually got the techies in. Let me just see my sound options once again. Audio settings. All right, I'm going to do a test. It might kill my microphone for you. Let's just see. Testing. Nope. Sadly, that's not going to go through Skype.
I'm not hearing you at the moment.
Yeah. Sadly, I don't know what's causing that echo. So if you are watching the Twitch stream, it does mean there's going to be a small echo. I'm very, very sorry about that. But, yeah. Anyways. So, first blood goes to Froggen in the mid lane. 48 CS, Tear of the Goddess already completed. But even though losing that first blood, Zerx still farming very, very well with that Carthus.
Yes, he's doing really well, which was to be expected from Carthus, and I think the echo is pretty much fixed now. So Jax is coming in for a gank on top, and there's going to be an element from Carthus as well, but Wicked flashed away and will be fine. I'm wondering where the other ping came from.
Several pings in that middle lane. Unfortunately, Blademaster just wasn't able to get into Wicked quickly enough. He dove in there after the Requiem came down, but he just wasn't able to convert any additional damage, and once again, Wicked just walks away. I think he's still got a pot left. That was his... Oh, he has already been back to upgrade his Ninja Tabi and pick up that first longsword.
And they're actually going to be going for the enemy blue here, COG, and the Echo is completely back. But they are going to be picking this up easily, and that's going to be a blue for Froggen, and he's going to be very happy on Anivia, because Anivia will benefit a lot from that. There's actually going to be another gank top, and Wicked is getting targeted again. Does go down this time, finally, after 3 ganks. They really want to shut down Wicked, and that's probably a good idea, seeing as Wicked is an extremely good Aurelia, but it's kind of sad for him. I can imagine him being in his team chat, Skype or whatever they're using, going, "Guys, I need a gank."
Yeah, very frustrating, especially when that's the 3rd or the 4th gank that has been put in that top lane. The interesting thing to note out, I managed to click on Blademaster's hit points there just before the fight had actually ended. And
it's going to be a fight at Raves, well, fight more like a death for Nekaderb.
We are going to rewind this very, very quickly. So we've gone back in time. I'm on the rewind function. So now we're going to see Froggen moving up. He's going to catch Nekaderb out. Compliments of the ward, Flash Frost lands, Glacial Shroud, textbook, easy kill from Froggen. Very nicely done.
If you rewind, use backspace so we can both do it.
Yep, that is exactly what I did. 1 backspace, and now I'm fast forwarding with direct the camera up to real time. So great kill coming out there from Froggen in the jungle. What I was trying to say right before the kill actually took place, in the top lane, Blademaster's Renekton was dropped to below 300 hit points, and that pretty much means his ultimate of Dominus was the reason he survived. Dominus, of course, gives you 300 bonus health, and he was dropped below 300, so you can tell exactly where that hit points have come from. So even in a 1v2, Wicked's still dealing so much damage against that Renekton.
Yeah, Wicked is doing his thing with Aurelia, really, and there's going to be another kill in mid, which I just about caught.
Great play. Froggen managed to catch Zerx from behind the tower. He put up that crystallized wall. Zerx couldn't escape. A flash frost to the face, and that's it. GG, no re. That's one more dead Carthus.
yeah, Froggen had 3 kills at the moment, and that's just really painful for the enemy team because we all know that Froggen is really good on Nivea. I've heard that Crapo always says that he's not a good on Nivea because Crapo is really good on Nivea as well. But
well, at the moment, 3-0-0. Froggen, super famous for that giant ice bird of his.
Going Magi already. Wow, that's just not very nice.
We're going to see if that pays off or not. Now, we've seen that happening quite a lot in the OGN tournaments where the Korean players would pick the Magi Soul Stealer, combine it with a Rod of the Ages, and it ended up working really nicely. If I remember correctly, you need to have, I think, 6 stacks at all times for it to be financially viable. You know, the amount of ability power you get with 6 stacks makes it worth having the item as opposed to buying a blasting wand. So we'll keep an eye on that at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not talking too much because I'm working on Echo build, and yeah.
Sadly, I think the echo might be coming from my side because I do have a soundboard. I do have 2 sound cards running. You know, one into the soundboard and then one from the PC itself. And I don't mean an onboard sound card. I mean like a proper studio soundboard. But
yeah.
I don't know where the confusion's coming in between Windows and the actual hardware itself. But interestingly, 2 kills advantage as well as the first blood. And there's only 1,000 gold difference. So the farming skills from Better Buff Needly are pretty good. Snoopy is coming in. He just tosses a sapling and pretty much walks away. Didn't manage to get in range for that. What's the word? The twisted advance.
And we're having a nice paragraph here in the Twitch chat saying that you're the best caster ever, which is kind of cute.
Oh, that's awesome. And thank you guys, I guess. Keeping a very close eye at the moment on this bottom lane. Yellow Pete, very interesting. 4 points into Bio-Arcane Barrage, 3 points into Void Ooze, and he hasn't put a single point into that Caustic Spittle of his. And it sort of makes sense because he gets the attack speed steroid from Nunu, so he doesn't need to level up his Q at all. And we do see Snoopy.
Yes.
Take a look in that middle lane.
Oh yeah, Snoopy looks to be moving in for a gank. I'm not sure if he can do too much though, because Zerx is under the tower. And he actually took the enemy raves while... no wait, he didn't. Did he? I think he only warded actually. It looked like he did while Froggen took their own raves. Which is something that Froggen does a lot. He takes his own raves and super perfectly fine with that because he plays mostly support junglers. And that gives Froggen even more of an advantage in mid lane.
We do have pressure coming down. Negative manages to land that counter strike. Snoopy's taking a lot of damage. The flash doesn't manage to stun anybody up though. So Snoopy's forced to flash away. A follow-up flash coming from Nekadib. The silence very nicely done from Brookie.
Yeah, what happened there is that it was pretty much a 2 versus 2 at the start, but in the end there was a Corki and Srock as well. It was 4 versus 2, and some flashes going down after each other. But in the end, it was Snoopy going down. Froggen got away though, which is probably a good thing because actually that's a good question. Did Snoopy have oracles?
I didn't actually see. He was wearing oracles, I believe.
So in that case, that's a really good kill for Better Buff.
Oh,
Wow, that's a great kill
damage
from Froggen. That's going to be an initiator though. Blade Master going for Froggen, but there's going to be a wall in between. Wall of Pain going down as well to Sonat, Crapo, and Yellow Pete. So only 1 kill going down. Really well done there by what's his face? Zabs. He does that a lot where he catches people off guard and just kills them instantly with his Anivia. And that's gonna put him at 2 stacks on his Mujais, and that's gonna give him a nice 16 AP. Which is pretty good.
Credits to BBN at the moment. Bottom lane and mid lane are pretty much holding their own at the very least. When you look at the farm, you've got Anivia in the middle, 128 to 120 on Karthus. Kog'Maw on the bottom, 135 to 103 on Corki. So there is a 30 difference, but we've been watching Yellow Pete and Pepper for quite a while. They've been very, very aggressive in their bottom lane. But the top lane is quite a big difference. 104 on Aurelia to the 90. Oh, wait, sorry. I got my numbers back. There's only a 10 difference. But, yeah, my bad. So farm-wise, pretty even across the board. And BBN not giving up before the fight has already begun, you know?
Yeah, it's not a complete stump, which I'm happy about. I've been watching some games yesterday which were kind of stumped, but they are competing for the dragon right now, and it is better for CLG at the moment because both top and bot are pushing, and better both Italy will be losing some CS to the towers.
The Flash Frost goes out, does manage to carry it and land onto Zerx, but nobody commits after that. And we've just got this Mexican standoff. We've got both teams looking down the barrel, waiting to see who's going to pull the trigger first.
And in the meantime, Yellow is actually going to push back bot to make sure that even more XP is lost for better buff Italy. Doing that really well, and it's going to help a lot. It looks like not too much, 1 wave of CS, but 2 waves of CS is actually the same as a kill. So it's a huge difference.
And slowly but surely, the gold graph is increasing. CLG, because of that extra farm that Yellow Pete's managed to pick up, they push the team just a little bit further ahead. 2,000 gold as opposed to 1,000 gold. And just slowly but surely, Nekadurp is moving forward. Was looking for that counter-attack jump, but unfortunately not able to get in range. Compliments of the slow coming up from the Glacial Storm. And at the moment, it's just a little bit of a passive engagement. CLG not willing to commit to a fight, but neither is Better Buff Needly. And if you didn't know better, you'd think these teams were dancing. But
and there's going to be an initiate here, and it's going for some Trapper, but they're not switching focus to Froggen. Froggen getting focused really hard. Almost dead, but might survive, actually is going to survive. And Zerx is going to go down. There's going to be an ultimate though, and Froggen is going to be active. Let's see if CLG is going to protect him, and Lupe is doing it. But it looks like Froggen is still going to go down, and he is going to go down, as is Nekadurp. And what's his face? Blade Master. And Snoop going down as well. In the meantime, though, Blade Master going down too, and they're now going for Yellow Pete and Wicked. Are they going to be able to pick this up? Wicked provides an excellent stun, and they will be getting away under the tower.
Very, very good fight coming out from Better Buff Needly. Great positioning, very good engagement as well. They managed to focus, put a lot of damage onto Froggen immediately. Blade Master's reneked, and he dove straight through everybody. After they was able to get onto the Anivia of Froggen, he just put a lot of pain down, and Froggen was forced to fall back immediately. You know, he couldn't stay in the fight, he couldn't hang around because there was just so much pressure on him. Now, he has got 3 stacks of that Magi, so he's lost a little bit, or a couple of stacks. But with the Dragon and the kills that BBN have picked up, it's only pushed them now 1,000 gold behind CLG. And if they can keep picking up a few more fights like that, we may actually have a game on our hands.
Yes, indeed. I'm still getting the echo, but we'll fix that after this game, guys. We're very sorry for it. What you could do is go to the owned channel and either watch there or turn on the sound there and mute it on Switch and put owned on the lowest possible quality. That might work. The echo is actually slightly less now. It keeps fluctuating for some reason.
If the echo is fluctuating, it might even be something then in between the internet or the different PCs. We are sorry about the small technical difficulty. The stream was only put together about 40 minutes before the event was actually meant to start. So a little bit last minute means we didn't have all the time in the world we'd like to set up, like we usually do. And the lanes have pretty much just reset. We do have 1 tower down on that bottom lane, compliments of the amount of time it took to get that dragon down. Yellow Pete was able to push the lane and actually take that tower down. But I doubt we're going to see Crepo and Yellow Pete rotating or roaming just yet. We're still firmly in the farming phase of the game.
Yeah, CLG is at a slot at 20 right now, but it's nothing too much. They can definitely come back, and Crepo might be going down here. No, he doesn't. One more lay waves would have killed him, but great wall from Froggen is going to save him there. Really well done by Froggen again.
And Scumbag Crepo, 5 points into the Ice Blast and 3 points into the Blood Boil. So slightly different to how we've seen Gosu Pepper leveling it up over the weekend. Gosu Pepper was playing a support Nunu, put 5 points into the Blood Boil first, and then started to max out that Ice Blast. So I like to see how the different players do it and how they rank their players, rank their champions. And it just makes you think a little bit differently. But look at the gold difference once again. 3,000 gold, and that's with losing a dragon. But of course, 2 towers is going to help that.
2 towers are gonna definitely help that. And so right now I'm looking at Wicked's build. He is actually going for the Trinity Force, which you normally don't see that much more anymore on Aurelia. So that's going to be very interesting. He's going to be going for very bursty Aurelia. I'm trying to see why he's doing exactly that. I don't really know though, because it's not like the entire enemy team is squishy. Maybe he wants to burst down Garfus really quickly so that Garfus is in his staff timer, but won't be doing as much damage as it would be if he was alive.
Well, I think Wicked is probably just playing he wants to play an aggressive Aurelia. I think from the fact that we've got a Magi's on the field, we've got Warmogs at 20 minutes. CLG are probably very confident in their abilities to win this game. So, you know, and looking at the exchanges that have been going down at the moment, Wicked has been on Blade Master constantly in the lane. You can see the DPS going down. He's just in complete control. So why not build more DPS if you're not forced to play defensive? So we do have some pressure on this bottom lane now. Nekadurp has come forward. The counter-attack was unfortunately not able to land. Crepo manages to get a full channel absolute zero. 1 or 2 more auto attacks on Yellow Pete. Maybe enough to secure a kill, but unfortunately just out of range.
He is going to be securing some CS with his explosion though, which is always a good thing to do. A lot of people don't realize you can actually do that with football. I know that I didn't for the first week I played him, but then it was my first hero. There's going to be a dive at top. Blade Master going to be double dashing and flashing away. Really didn't want to die, and the Crocodile's getting away, but his tower is going to go down. So that's going to be another bit of gold for CLG, and CLG is going to be continually building up gold and building up, and at some point they will have such good items that they can't really be beaten in team fights.
Yeah, so true. And the fact that the kills are so even, it just shows you League of Legends is not a game about kills. It doesn't matter. Great Flash Frost into that Icicle. What's the E actually called? Frostbite. Flash Frost and Frostbite. I don't play Nivea, so I struggle to remember those ability names. But 6 5s in kills, you know, it looks like it's meant to be even, but, you know, 4,500 gold difference, or 3,500, 3 towers, and just complete map control for CLG at the moment. They can pretty much go wherever they like without being challenged.
Yeah, again, guys, on the Twitch stream, I'm going to say it one more time. You can go to Own TV, put it on the lowest quality, and mute the sound here, and use the sound of Own, because apparently that's not echoing. We're very sorry, we're going to try to work it out after this game, but right now we cannot really do it. It's not on my end, so it's not like it's stop talking and go fix it real quick.
Yeah, unfortunately, with whatever system is currently set up, are you hearing echo in your ears?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, because of course we are both streaming, and not normally just the solo stream, whatever echo is happening is coming from a soundboard between hardware and things like that. It's a pain in the butt. We are on Chaos TV Channel 2, guys, so if you head over to Own3D/Chaos TV, make sure you hit channel number 2. That is where myself and C-Zone are casting. And CLG, not really looking very stressed at the moment. 211 CS on Yellow Pete at the 23 minutes there on their bottom lane. And the amount of time that they spent harassing Spirit of Mage and Brook Lee to still get that amount of creep kills, well played, Yellow Pete.
If you actually look at the gold, you can see that everyone except for Crepo, which is obviously logical because he's the support, is actually above 5.5k on CLG.eu, and the only ones on the other side, on bet above Nidalee, that are above 5.5 are Carfus and Corky, who are the carries that should be high up. So it's kind of interesting to see that they're that much behind. And there's going to be a fire, you call that.
Now all the pressure, Blade Master gets blown up before the fight even begins. Wicked just dives onto him with Aurelia. Yellow Pete bashing on him from behind with that Bio-Arcane Barrage. They're not even going to chase the rest of BBN down. They just want this victory. And they're pushing straight forward to the middle. A great fight from CLG.
I'm just talking to people in chat at the moment. They are taking down Inhibitor, and Inhibitor gives the most pressure in the game pretty much. And there's going to be an initiate on Brook Lee. Soraka getting really low there. Great initiative by Wicked, but it's not going to do much. Zerx flashes in to make sure he gets his AoE on everyone, but he gets taken down, and his ultimate will not be able to pick up any kills. So that's going to be a 1-for-0 in favor of CLG.
In conjunction with the inhibitor as well.
Yeah, that as well. I've actually, actually they're gonna go for Frogan right now. He's gonna get stunned, but Wicked is gonna stun Blade Master and they will probably get away. Great ultimate from Snoop, still getting really low, but he is gonna get away and actually gonna pick up Blade Master. Nekadurf getting really low as well as Spirit of Mage going down to Frogan.
I'm doing
really
a quick
well
rewind. I'm doing a rewind on this one. I want you guys to look at Yellow Pete's positioning. Keep an eye on Yellow Pete the whole time through this fight. He's on the opposite side of the trees. He uses the Living Artillery. He uses the Bioarcane Barrage. Then once Frogan locks somebody in with Crystallize, nobody can escape. And Yellow Pete just sits from behind, wailing away on the enemy team. What a great play.
It was indeed a very good play. What CLG did there is they basically retreated and then harassed, retreated, harassed, and at some point they just went for a kill. And actually there's going to be a surrender vote. Wow. Okay.
So game number 1 goes the way of CLG, 25 odd minutes, 11-5 is the kill score. And, well, they were in control of the game the entire time. You can't really say a whole lot more than that.